Game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. First down throw for Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's going to air one out. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Play fake, Mayfield. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he spins past him and into space. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one 28 yards on the ground.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Mayfield looks to throw, escaping the pressure right. That is caught at the 7. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. They've got a first and goal just inside the 5. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Duke Johnson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Jackson now to return. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Yeah, this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
They'll run it now out of the gun. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Now, let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Now back to throw. Going deep downfield for Rowe. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Blue 90. Blue 90. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Following the interception, Mayfield. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Carl Lawson in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He's got the hook up to Lee. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third.
Leopard. Leopard.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Got it open, then he completes it to Callaway. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Mayfield off the play fake. Eluding the pressure right. Completes it to Lee. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Now that's an offensive line you and I can play behind. How about the amount of time they gave their guy to scan the field and find someone open? Had all night, And in a game like this, probably should just put a spotlight on them instead of the quarterback.
Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin. The offense on third down tonight. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're looking at third and a few inches. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Duke Johnson with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Here we go now.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Let's go. Green, 39.
They'll drop to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Now Landry. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Detroit! Detroit!
2nd down, Mayfield. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Browns on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Mayfield now. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Hurry up, here we go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Forced out to his left. Throw left side, complete to Ross. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
3-19. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. This is caught at the 20. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
They'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals able to get this back within a touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This one fielded at the 5. Look at the spins.
Forget the idea of flipping the field. They have now put themselves in a position to score points with that big-time return.
The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half, now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and 10.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
3-19.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. More from Cleveland after this. On 2nd down, Johnson. Solid stiff arm. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in the game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Now a handoff. Johnson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. And they'll go with a ground attack here. Even with the good move he showed, he'll be brought down short of the 15. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. Lee's got it over the middle. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. Johnson. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Bengals getting set to go. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
Now let's go.
Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. Gets past 1 man. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Hurry up, here we go.
Out of the gun now on third down. Flush to his right. And this is going to be incomplete. Derek Kindred there to get a hand on that one.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll try and throw for it here. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Greer. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
And the Bengals on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11. They're going to look to throw. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Landry now on the return. A great return there of 22 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
The best quarter. Quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
They go to Johnson again. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 17.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Lee. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 36. They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and it's 2nd down. First quarter, Charles, you really emphasized the importance of winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. They haven't forced a single turnover in this game.
And right now they're losing, so no turnovers might lead to no victory.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Screen play, Johnson. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Gun! Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gun!
He'll drop to throw. Losing 9 yards there. And it also brings up 4th. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
Detroit! Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
They'll set up a throw. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals have got it back to a one-score game. Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Gun!
The busy night continues for Johnson. 9 yards on the play and a 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, it's Johnson. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Back to throw. Going for the deep ball. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A big play there on third down for the Browns. And even 50 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They come out here in the eye. On 3rd down, Johnson. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Duke Johnson, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes this a 9-point game. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because they had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 44, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Detroit!
That one looks like he'll throw here. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Antonio Callaway, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. The extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Jackson now to return. Shrugs him off. Still on his feet. And just bowling over tacklers. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. They'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Ross. Oh, he's got a little daylight. A big play there on the catch and run. 46 yards. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out.